Brendan Fraser is one of the most beloved actors in history. From his good looks to his amazing on-screen performances, all the way down to his charm outside in the real world. During the 90s and early 2000s, there seemed to be no stopping his meteoric rise. However, his world suddenly turned upside down and things turned dark real fast. A number of personal issues and horrific incidents that happened behind the scenes of Hollywood pretty much wiped the actor off the face of the earth. This is the disturbing downfall and miraculous recovery of Brendan Fraser. Brendan's career first took off in 1992 after receiving his first significant role in the film Encino Man. He was nominated for the Best Young Actor award in a motion picture, giving producers and other insiders confidence that this individual here had infinite potential. In 1997, Brendan got the opportunity of a lifetime starring in the blockbuster hit George of the Jungle and grossing over $174 million worldwide. He further carried that momentum, skyrocketing his status with the Mummy franchise, being on top of the world as there seemed to be no end in his movie success. But this is where things start to get dark, because while everything seemed to be going well in our eyes looking from the outside in, the reality of the matter was, Brendan was actually struggling and going through a deep depression. Listen, we've all heard about the horrific stories that happen behind the scenes of Hollywood, which include the elites in a way pushing their boundaries with actors and actresses. Well, allegedly, Brendan was a victim of that as well. During the summer of 2003 at a luncheon held by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the former president of HFPA, Philip Berk, sexually abused the actor. Brendan recalls the incident as his left hand reaches around, grabs my ass cheek, and one of his fingers touches me in the taint, and he starts moving it around. You could probably imagine, the actor was instantly overcome with panic and fear. Eventually, he was able to remove Philip's hand, rushing out of the room past the police officer, too embarrassed to confess what had just happened. He describes the feeling as, "I felt ill. I felt like a little kid. I felt like there was a ball in my throat. I thought I was gonna cry." That traumatic experience was bottled up for years, having it completely consume him and his life. As he kept this incident a secret from the public for the time being, his reps reached out to Philip for a written apology. However, Philip denied the allegations and said Brendan's account of what happened was a complete fabrication. He only admitted that he pinched Brendan's butt as a joke and nothing more. As time passed, Brendan started having suspicions that he was being blacklisted, all the while the ordeal caused him to retreat and feel reclusive, blaming everything on himself and thinking he deserved to feel like this. Unfortunately, this was just the beginning of Brendan's problems, because his mental health was about to push him deeper into depression. In 2007, Brendan and his wife Afton Smith filed for a divorce after 9 long years. That period of time was an extremely painful and difficult one for him, due to the legal battles he was facing, all the while having to pay a tremendous amount of money yearly for alimony and child support. Things only continued piling up as his physical health was deteriorating as well. Brendan was notorious for doing his own stunts, and because he was mainly casted in action-packed movies, by the time 2008 rolled around and they were filming Mummy 3, he recalls being held together by tape and ice. Over the years, he built up a rather impressive list of injuries, which kept snowballing one after another, to the point where he was forced to have a number of surgeries. This includes a laminectomy, a partial knee replacement, and one to repair his vocal cords. But let's not forget he almost died on set. These sort of horrific mental and physical traumas boiled up to the point where he just disappeared from the spotlight. And we didn't hear much from Brendan for many years after that. However, it wasn't until a 2018 interview with GQ where he pretty much exposed all of his problems to the public. Brendan spoke his truth about the interview. He spoke about the abuse he went through at the HFPA. He spoke about his mental health issues and depression. And after all of those years bottling up his pain and anguish, he was now releasing them in order to be set free. His honesty was met with nothing but love and support from everyone, which only fueled him and built his confidence up more. Because not long after, Brendan received a role of a lifetime, playing a 600-pound unhealthy English teacher who was desperate to reconnect with his daughter. Enter The Whale. This movie turned out to be a huge success, as it looked like Brendan poured his heart and soul into playing that character. And now, there seemed to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Everything started to pay off for him, because on October 12, 2022, the actor received a well-deserved 6-minute standing ovation at the London Film Festival, which brought him to tears. But to add the icing on the cake, his performance earned him an Oscar nomination and the Screen Actors Guild Award for the Best Actor. You see, Brendan's not your regular high-profile celebrity, all arrogant, self-centered, and rude. His genuine passion, positive attitude, and kind-hearted nature easily makes him someone you can't help but root for.
I was never that far away. I guess I'm supposed to say you can't get rid of me that easy or something like that.